So today we are going to start with the basics of number system. A system in which we deal different types of numbers is called number system, and the numbers we create are called numbers or numerals. And what are the fundamental building blocks of numbers? They are nothing but digits. So what are the digits that we are going to use? The digits that we are going to use: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So using these digits, we can create certain numbers. For example, I can create 43, I can create 89, I can create 609, etc. So using the digits, numbers are created. So there are three major different types of number systems that we are going to use. First one is Indian system. In Indian system of numeration, in your syllabus, you have maximum of 9 digits. So starting from right to left, first we are going to divide these into separate periods. So after 3 digits we are going to separate, after 2 digits we are going to separate, and after 2 digits again we are going to separate. Starting from right to left, to separate these periods, we are going to use the separator comma. So always comma is used for separating periods. So these commas are separating some periods. So starting from right to left, this is called ones period, and this is called thousands period, and this is called lakhs period, and this is called crores period. Now, in ones period, we have some places. This is ones place, this is tens place, this is hundreds place, and in thousands period, we have the places thousands, 10,000s, and in lakhs period we have two places, lakhs place, 10 lakhs place, and in crores period we have this is crores place, and this is 10 crores place. So maximum of 9 digits you have in your syllabus. Now let us try to write some numbers into words and some words into numbers. For example, try to write this number in Indian system words. So before writing into words, we are going to separate the periods first. So it will be easy for us to write in words. So after 3 digits, we are going to use comma. Then 2 digits, we are going to use comma. Again 2 digits, we are going to use comma. So the basic rules in writing in words is, first we will write the name of the number which is there in the period. Then we will add the name of the period. So what is there in this period? The number is 98, and then we are going to add the name of the period. 98 is there in which period? That is crores period. So we are going to write the number 98 crore. 98 crore. You should not write, some people will write 98 crores. No, in plural you should not write. You have to write in singular, 98 crore. And then we have to say the name of this number, that is 49. So just write 49. Then add the name of the period. 49 is there in lakhs period. So you write lakh. Don't write lakhs, write lakh. It's not plural, it is singular. 49 lakh. And then this number is 17. And 17 is there in which period? It is there in thousands period. So you write 1000. So 17,000. And finally we have this number 819. It is there in ones period, but only ones period we don't add the name of the period once. We just write 819. So we are going to write 819. So this is how we write numbers into words. And let us see some words into numbers. Which option is correctly written in words for this number?
Option B, sir.
Okay. 95,876. Option B is correct. All of you try to answer this question. Suppose you want to take the help of digits. So you can write, there are thousands period is involved. So you use blank spaces up to thousands period. Like ones, tens, hundreds. This is in ones period, and use a comma as separator. And we want thousands period also. That is thousands and 10,000s. So they said 70,000. So in thousands period, you just write 70. So that is 70,000. 364. So you just write 364. So you can take the help of these blank spaces also. So using this method of blank spaces, you can also answer some questions where there are some conditions given in places that we are going to discuss such type of questions later. International system of numeration. So likewise, as we discussed Indian system, in your syllabus a maximum of 9 digits is given to you. So let us discuss up to 9 digits. So starting from right to left, if I go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in Indian system, starting from right to left, we separated last 3 digits first, then two digits. But in international system, we are going to separate starting from right to left. Every 3 digits, we are going to use a separator. That means here and here we are going to get separated. So international system, as we are discussing, maximum of 9 digits is given in your syllabus, and we have written. And then starting from right to left, we are separating three digits. So at these places we are going to get the separators. So we're going to use a separator here as using comma here, and this is also comma. So the names of the periods. So this period is called ones period. This period is called thousands period, and this period is called millions period. Ones period, thousands period, and millions period, starting from right to left. Now in ones period, we have the places same as the Indian system. That is ones place, tens place, and this is hundreds place. And in thousands period, we have the places thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. And in millions period, we have the places millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions. So in international system also we have more than 9 digits. There are some places, but in your syllabus it is enough to learn up to 9 digits. Like after millions you have billions and trillions also. So after millions we have billions, like billions, 10 billions, 100 billions, and after that we have trillions, trillions, 10 trillions, and 100 trillions. But in your syllabus, if you learn up to millions, it is enough. And one important thing, the comparison between Indian system and international system, how do we use? We compare the numbers between Indian and international system using this conversion. 1 million is equal to 10 lakhs. If you just remember this, we can convert from Indian system to international system and international system to Indian system. That you can remember, all of you. 1 million is equal to 10 lakhs. Next, let us take this same example what we have taken for Indian system. I'm going to take the same example. Write this number. This was the same example that I took for Indian system to write in words. Now let us take the same number in international system and write in words. So starting from right to left, we are going to separate after every 3 digits. So every 3 digits we are going to separate. This number is there in which period? Ones, thousands, millions. It is millions period. And this number, that is 917, is in thousands period. 819 is in ones period. So as the rule of writing in words I discussed, first write the number which is there in that period. After that, then you are going to add the name of the period. So first I'm going to write which number is there in this period. What is that number? 984. So just write 984. After that, you just add the name of the period. 984, this number is there in which period? Ones period, thousands period, or millions period? It is there in millions period. So we are going to write million. Don't write plural millions. You just write singular million. And then this number. What is this? 917. Just write 917. This number is there in which period? It is there in thousands period. You just write thousand. After that we have 819. You just write 819. I told you only for ones period we don't add the name of the period once. But for remaining all periods we are going to write the add the name of the period. So we are not going to write 819 once. No need to write once. Just write 819. That's it. So this is the way we are going to write numbers into words. Let us take some examples for writing from words to numbers also. So all of you, I'm going to write a question. So try to write that in numeral form. So the question is 90,020,019. I want you to tell me the answer in the chat box using commas. Commas are must. Where are you placing commas? That you have to tell me. Use commas and let me know in the chat box. 90,020,019.
Sir, 90, comma 020, comma 019.
Wait a minute. 90, comma
020,
020,
comma
comma
019.
019. Okay, let me see. 90,020,019. Yes, this answer is correct. So this is the way we are going to write from digits to numbers and numbers to digits. So these two systems are very easy to understand, like Indian Integration system. But there is a third system called Roman system. So this Roman system is involving 10 different rules. You must write and remember them always. Okay. So those 10 rules are very, very important. You must remember because using Roman system, definitely one or two questions will be given every time in the Sainik exam. So that's why you have to concentrate and listen. So the rules of writing a number in Roman system. Okay. The first rule is you have to remember before we go for the rules. First, we remember what are the digits are standing for. Okay. So this is a Roman digit I that stands for 1 in Indian system, and V 5, X 10, L 50, C 100, D 500, and M is 1000. So this relation, if you remember, this is the relation. I means 1, V means 5, X means 10, L means 50, C means 100, D means 500, and M means 1000. So now let us see the rules. The first rule is if any letter is repeated, then we have to do addition. Simply we can say then add. For example, I write I. It's nothing but 1 plus 1 plus 1. It's going to be 3. For example, I write XX. So I can write 10 plus 10 is going to be 20. Similarly, I write CCC. So that means 100 plus 100 plus 100. It's going to be 300. Like this, we cannot write or we cannot repeat a letter more than 3 times. That is a second rule. So the maximum number of times a digits can be repeated at a given place is 3. So maximum how many times we can repeat a digit at a given place? Maximum we can repeat any letter 3 times. Any letter 3 times. That does not mean that you cannot repeat more than 3 times in a given number. In a given number, you can repeat more than 3 times, but together at a particular place, you cannot repeat more than 3 times. For example, I want to write number 4. I cannot write I. This is wrong. Why? Because we have the rule more than 3 times, you cannot repeat at a given place. So, what is the correct way of writing 4 that we are going to discuss later, but this is wrong way of writing. For example, I want to write 50. I cannot write XXX. This is also wrong way of writing because maximum we can repeat only up to 3 times. But in a given number, after you repeat 3 times, you are using some other digit, then same digit can be repeated. But together you cannot write more than 3 times. If a smaller letter, if a smaller letter is written to the right of greater letter, then which operation are we going to do? Addition. So simply we can write then add. So example you can give, that is suppose if I write vi, So V is greater or I is greater? V is greater. So which one is smaller here? I is smaller. Always we have to check the smaller one. So the smaller one is there on the right of V or left of V. It is there on the right of V. So whenever smaller letter is written to the right of greater letter, then we are going to add. So the answer for this will be 5 plus 1 is going to be 6. Similarly, if I write something like XV, so which is the smaller letter in these two? That is, V is the smaller letter because V is 5 and X is 10. And V is written to the right of X. So 10 plus 5 that we are going to add, and we are going to get the answer 15. Like this, any two different letters it may be, but the smaller one is written to the right of the greater letter, then we are going to add. This is applicable to all the letters. And then we are going to discuss about the fourth rule. What if the letter is written to the right? So that we can write like this. If a smaller letter written to the left of greater letter, then which operation are we going to do? That is subtraction. So we can write simply then subtract. So examples that we can take, something like if I write XC, so which is smaller and which is greater? X is smaller and C is greater, and you just check the direction where is written to the left of greater or right of greater. Smaller one is written to the left of greater, so we are going to do subtraction. That is going to be 100 minus 10 is going to be 90. We can go for IV. Now the smaller one is I and the greater one is V, and the smaller is written to the left of the greater one. So we can write 5 minus 1 is going to be 4. Fifth rule. Fifth rule is you can once go back and see which numbers are starting from 5. So I can see this V is starting from 5, and I can see this L is starting from 5, and I can see this D is starting from 5. So you can remember V, L, D separately because they possess two separate rules. V, L, and D they start from 5. So the first rule regarding VLD, V means 5, L means 50, D means 500. The first rule regarding them is going to be V, L, and D can never be repeated. You cannot repeat them. Can never be repeated. For example, I want to write 10. 10 I cannot write VV just because of 5 plus 5 is 10, because we have the clear rule of VLD can never be repeated. That means this is the wrong way of writing 10. Suppose I want to write 50. I cannot write LLL because not only V, L also, D also, they cannot be repeated. So this is also a wrong way of writing. Suppose I want to write 2000. I cannot write 2000 by saying DD. Sir, D is 500 and 500 is repeated 4 times. So 500 into 4 is 2000. Is it correct? Wrong answer. Why? Because V cannot be repeated, L cannot be repeated, and D also cannot be repeated. So what is the correct way of writing them that we are going to discuss? But these are the wrong ways. And sixth rule is regarding VLD only. VLD can never be subtracted also. Can never be subtracted. That means you cannot write VLD to the left of any greater letter. You cannot subtract from any bigger letter. For example, I want to write 45. I want to write 45. We cannot write VL. Why? Because V is smaller and L is greater. That means I want to subtract V from L. This is a wrong way of writing. Why? Because V cannot be subtracted from any number, L cannot be subtracted from any number, and even D can also be not subtracted from any number. So this is the wrong way of writing. Similarly, I want to write, for example, uh, let's take 950. I cannot write LM. Yes, we know 1000 minus 50 is 950, but this is a wrong way of writing. Why? Because L also cannot be subtracted. Even similarly, D can also be subtracted. So this is the wrong way of writing. And there are three important rules, more important rules, which letter can be subtracted from other two. For example, if we go back, it will be easy to understand and remember here. So that is, let me erase this. So you can remember like I can be subtracted from its next two greater letters only. That means you can subtract I from V You can subtract I from X, but you cannot subtract I from other letters. So suppose if you write I subtracted from L, that is wrong answer. You cannot do that. I want to subtract I from C, that is also wrong answer. You cannot do that. I cannot subtract I from D, that is also wrong. I cannot subtract I from M, that is also wrong. So you can subtract I only from V and X, but not from other letters. Similarly, X can be subtracted from its next to two greater successors. That is, X can be subtracted from L and X can be subtracted from C. But you cannot subtract X from D, that is wrong way of writing. And you cannot subtract X from M, that is also wrong way of writing. Similarly, from which letters C can be subtracted? C can be subtracted from D and C can be subtracted from M. Obviously, because only the two letters left after C is D and M. So this pattern you should remember. So I'm repeating once again, you should memorize them. I can be subtracted from only V and X. You cannot subtract from other letters. X can be subtracted only from L and C, but not from other letters. C can be subtracted only from D and M. Obviously, only the two bigger letters are D and M. So the seventh rule just now we have learned, that is, what is that? I can be subtracted. I can be subtracted only from I can be subtracted only from V and X. That means you are able to write IV. That means 5 minus 1 is going to be 4. You are able to write IX. That means you can write 10 minus 1 is going to be 9. These two are valid. But if you write something like, sir, I want to write 49, I can write 49 as 50 minus 1. So I'm going to write IL. So writing 49 as IL is a wrong way of writing. This is wrong. You cannot write like this. Similarly, sir, I want to write 99. Sir, 99 is 1 less than 100. So I'll write 100 minus 1 is 99. So I write like IC. This is also wrong way of writing. Because we have the clear rule, that is I can be subtracted only from V and X. Can we subtract it from L? No, that's why it is wrong. Can we subtract from C? No. Similarly, I cannot write 499 as ID because I cannot be subtracted from D. Similarly, I cannot write 999 as IM because I cannot be subtracted from M. So this is the first rule in which letter can be subtracted from which one. Next, eighth one. After this, we learned X can be subtracted from which two other letters. X can be subtracted only from the next two bigger letters. They are L and C. You cannot subtract X from any other letter. For example, you want to write 40. 40 you can write because 40 is 50 minus 10. You can subtract XL because X can be subtracted from L. Similarly, you want to write 90. 90 is nothing but 100 minus 10. So you can write it as XC. So this is also correct way of writing. But if you want to write something like 490, sir, 490 is 500 minus 10. So I will write XD. This is wrong way of writing. Why? Because X is allowed to be subtracted only from L and C, but cannot be subtracted from D. This is wrong. Similarly, I want to write 990. So 990 is 10 less than 1000. So I'll write 1000 minus 10. And I want to write it as XM. This is also wrong way of writing. Why? Because we have the clear rule, that is X can be subtracted only from L and C. Ninth one, this rule, even if you remember or not, because it is obvious, that is C can be subtracted. C can be subtracted only from, we have only the next two letters, that is D and M. It can be subtracted from D and it can be subtracted from M. So I can write 400 as 500 minus 100. Then you can write it as CD. And how can we write 900? We can write it as 1000 minus 100. 1000 minus 100 is going to be CM. This is also a correct way of writing. And then 10th rule. 10th rule is also a very important rule and you have to remember, because before you write the 10th rule, let us discuss one thing, that is, how can we write numbers into Roman numerals? Is there any short trick? So first let us discuss the short trick and then discuss the 10th rule. The short trick or the shortcut to never you are going to get the wrong answer if you follow this shortcut. Okay, so that is before you discuss the shortcut, I will tell you there are two simple things called face value and place value. So let us have just the discussion over face value. What is face value of a digit? For example, I have a number 1234. Face value of the digit 4 is 4. Face value of the digit 3 is 3. Face value of the digit 2 is 2. Face value of the digit 1 is 1. That means face values are not depending on the place wherever they are present. Wherever they are present, always the face value is itself. You have to remember that. Always the face value is going to be itself. It's not going to change based on the place. For example, you take 1111. This one is in ones place, then its face value is 1. This one is in tens place, its face value also 1. This one is in hundreds place, its face value also 1. This one is in thousands place, this face value also 1. That means, do you think face value is depending on the place? Definitely not. So it is not depending on the place. And next we are going to discuss the place value. What is place value? Place value of a digit, we have a formula, that is you can multiply the digit by the place occupied, either place where it is present. If you multiply the digit by the place, then you are going to get the place value. Let's take the same example, that is 1234. I want to find the place value of this 4, that is 4 is there in which place? Ones place. 4 into 1 is 4. And then this 3 is there in which place? Tens place. It's going to be 3 tens are 30. And then this 2 is there in which place? Hundreds place. 2 into 100 is 200. And then this 1 is there in which place? Thousands place. 1 into 1000 is 1000. So clearly place value is depending on the place that you can see. Its name also suggesting the same thing. And then we have the other example, like 1111. So this one is there in ones place. So 1 times 1 is 1. This one is there in tens place. We can write 1 into 10 is 10. This one is there in hundreds place. So 1 into 100 is 100. And this one is there in thousands place. So 1 into 1000 we can write 1000. So you can see for face value, though ones are there in different places, we have the face value same. But in place value, ones are there in different places and we have different place values. That we can conclude that face value is not depending on the place, but place value is actually depending on the place. So the shortcut for writing the 10th rule is, you take any Roman numeral, you take any Indian system number and you want to convert into Roman numeral, the best method is to go for place values. It will not give you any confusion. Always you'll get the correct answer. For example, I want to write 3137. This number into Roman numeral. Then in your head, you can calculate the place values and write accordingly. So first, to convert this into Roman numeral, first you just round up 3. Now the 3 place value is going to be 3 multiplied by 1000. It's be 3000. So first write 3000 in Roman numerals. How can you write 3000 in Roman numerals? That we can write M M M. So 1000 1000 1000, that is 3000. And then what is the next digit? 1. You calculate the place value of 1. How to calculate place value? Digit you multiply by the place. So 1 multiplied by 100, you will be getting 100. So 100, how can we write in Roman numerals? That is C. And then you check this 3. 3 is there in which place? 30. That means I want to say place value 30. Place is 10, place value is 30. That is the difference. So place value is 30. How can we write 30 in Roman numerals? That we can write X, X, X. And then the final digit is 7. 7 is there in which place? Ones place. So 7 ones are 7. And how can we write 7 in Roman numerals? V, I, I. So it's going to be M, 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 C, X, 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 V, I, I. So if you follow this place value method, no, let us give a name for this shortcut, that is place value method. So if you follow the place values of all the digits, never you are going to get wrong answer. Let's take one more example. And I want to tell you one interesting thing in Roman numerals, that is the largest Roman numerals, the largest Roman numeral, let us write in brackets without bars. What is this bar? I'm going to tell you after a few seconds, but you just remember without you using the bars. Okay, the largest Roman numeral is going to be 3999. Okay, this is the largest Roman numeral that we can write without using bars. But if any number you want to write more than this, you must use bars. But how can we write this 3999? Okay, so first you take the place value of 3. 3 is there in which place? Thousands place. 3 into 1000 is 3000. So we can write M. And next digit is 9. 9 is there in which place? Hundreds place. 9 into 100 is 900, and it's going to be, how will you write 900? CM. 900 CM, because 1000 minus 100 is 900. And this 9 is there in which place? Tens place. So that is 9 into 10 is 90. We can write it as XC. And this 9 is there in ones place. 9 ones are 9. So it's going to be IX. So this is the largest Roman numeral that we can write without using bars. And one more interesting thing, and it is asked sometimes in exam also. The largest is different, and the longest is different. Longest means containing more number of Roman digits. The longest Roman numeral, again, that is also without using bars. Longest Roman numeral without using bars is 3888. So this contains how many digits? After writing, let us count. 3 is there in thousands place, so its place value is going to be 3000. So we can write M. 8 is there in hundreds place, so we are going to write 800s or 800. So we can write, how can we write 800? DCCC. And then this 8 is there in 80, that is a tens place, so its place value is going to be 80. How can we write 80? LXXX. And then this 8 is there in ones place, 8 ones are 8. How can we write H? VIII. So you can see how many digits are there: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So 15 symbols we used. That's why it is called the longest Roman numeral, that is without bars. Okay, next. So what is this bar above any Roman numeral? The maximum Roman numeral that we can write is 3999 without using bars. For example, I want to write something like 4002. This number I want to write. You must use bar. So how to use bars is, first you separate the thousands. How many thousands are there in 4002? That is 4. First you write 4 normally. That is IV is 4. Then you just use a bar above it. So by using a bar above any group of symbols, Roman symbols, that number gets multiplied by 1000. So that is the meaning of bar. If you use bar above any group of digits, it will be multiplied by 1000. And outside the bar, you write the remaining number, that is 2. We can write II. So this is going to be 4002. For example, I want to write 5876. How many thousands are there? Let us take some bigger number like 25,000. 25,876. I want to write it in Roman numerals. How many thousands are there in this number? 25 thousands are there. So we can write XXV, that is 25. Use bar above it. So it becomes 25,000. Now we can write outside the bar 876. 8 place value is 800. So we can write DCCC. And 7th place value is 70, so that we can write LXX. 6th place value is 6, so we can write VI. So this is the way we are going to use bars to create numbers more than 3999. This number you should remember, 3999. More than this number, any number you want to write in Roman numerals, you must use bar. There is a question waiting for us, like it came in 2023 Sainik school exam. This is the question: the product of place value and face value of digit 6 in the number is. So let us write the number, that is 7860443. 30000. So I want 6. Where is 6? 6 is here. Okay, so we want place value and we want face value and their product. So first let us find the place value. Place value is the digit multiplied by the place. The digit is 6 and it is multiplied by 1 followed by these many zeros. And if you multiply, you'll be getting 6 followed by 000, 00000. And we know face value is itself, that is 6. So just multiply by 6. You'll be getting 6 6 are 36 followed by 000000 and 00. So this is the answer. That is answer B. So those who gave correct answer B, all the 7 students. So textual solution also matching with our solution, you can see. And all of you can try the next question. That is, this question also came in Sainik School exam 2023. Try this, all of you. Find the smallest 5-digit number using 3 different digits, A, B, C, D. Find the smallest 5-digit number using 3 different digits. Option A 10,000, option B 20,000, option C 00021, and option D 10,002. The answer is option D, that is 10,002. See, we want 5 digits to fill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we want to use 3 different digits. So we are going to use the smallest digits possible, 0, 1, 2. But can I start by 0? No. If you start by 0, it won't be called a 5-digit number. It will become a less number of digits like 4, 3, 2. Like, so I don't want it to be a less than 5-digit number. I want 5-digit number. So after 0, next greater digit, that is 1, you use. And then we are going to repeat zeros. I cannot write one more 0 because I want minimum 3 separate different digits. So you must use 2. So 10,002 is the smallest number, 5-digit number using 3 different digits. Next question from Roman numerals. Which of the following is the correct representation for the number 99? The answer is XCIX. Okay, let us see how it is XCIX. I said 99. I told you one short trick to write Roman numerals. Write the place values of each digit. This 9 is there in tens place. So 9 into 10 is 90. This 9 is there in ones place. You just write 9 ones are 9. How will you write 90 in Roman numerals? XC, 100 minus 10. How will you write this 9? IX. So XCIX is going to be the correct answer. That is option C. So that is XCIX. So one more Roman numeral question for you. Find the value of this. Now, let us solve this question. Okay, first let me write MXLII. Okay, what is this number in the Indian system? What is M?
Sir, 1,000.
What is XL?
Sir, XL 40.
II.
2.
Add all of them, that will get the answer now.
1,042.
Yes, 1042. And what is CX? CIV. So remember one more thing, one important thing I forgot to tell you in the rules. CXCIV. Okay, you can see this X. Now Snehal is getting confused whether this X I should attach with this C or whether this C I should attach with this C. So whenever you get that confusion, always you go towards the right one. Okay, right side. That means whenever a smaller letter is written between two bigger letters, that should be attached to left one or right one. Always right one. Separate like C, X, C, I, V. Separate C first. What is C?
100.
What is XC?
Sir, 90.
What is the IV? Smaller
Sir,
one.
4.
Add all of them. 194 together.
194.
So you can add
Okay,
these
sir.
two. That is 6 and this is 13, 1, 2, 1. So 12, 36, you have to subtract some number. What is that? LXIII. LX means what? 60 and plus 3, 63. So subtract 63. So that will give 3 and this is 17 and this is 1. 1173. How will you write in Roman numerals? 1 is there in thousands place, M. 1 is there in hundreds place, 100. That will write C. 7 is there in tens place, 70. So we can write LXX, and 3 is there in ones place. Place value is 3. I, and it is answer A. Option A is correct. Those who gave option A, that all of you are correct.